Hi, Internet. Welcome to the Troyan YouTube channel. It is Thin Lizzy Thursday, and this week, boom, audience vote. You chose it. We're doing it. We are doing With Love, as voted for by you beautiful people at home, or you beautiful people on your phones, wherever you voted, be it on your computer or on your phone. But yeah, With Love, Thin Lizzy, off my favorite Thin Lizzy album, Black Rose. And this is, in my opinion, the weakest song from the album. If I were to cut a song from the album, it would probably be this, or I might have maybe like swapped it with A Night in the Life of a Blues Singer. It's still good. It's just like not the rest of Black Rose good, if that makes sense. It's like the rest of the album is like on this very high plateau, and this is just like pretty good, but like, you know, weaker for me in terms of the album. Like it's the easy like last place for me on the record. Still a cool song. So let's listen to it together and see what emotions it pulls up today.
Existence, laying your love on the line. Resistance is useless. She can leave at any time. I must confess that in my quest I felt depressed and restless. But this Casanova's roving days are over, more or less. With love, with love, with love, with love.
Yeah, so like there's nothing wrong with the track in particular. It's like, I don't know, it's trying to think of like how to describe my thoughts on it. It's kind of mellow, but also like not fully mellow. Like it's like it almost feels like the band is mellow, but like Brian Downey isn't, and so it's giving it like this pulse. But like the, you know, like the rest of the band feels like more mellow, but it's just matching what Brian is doing on the drums. And so it's like this weird, like, you know, a tug and pull, with the tension between, like, you know, what the drums have going on and then like the vibe of the rest of the song, where it feels like it should be more laid back than it is, but it is laid back. You know, lyrically, you know, Phil uses a lot of fun words. You know, not many rock bands have, you know, of the era will say tedious existence, and use, you know, Casanova and such like that. So like, you know, there's lots of fun lyrics in this song. You know, usage of the word Mademoiselle, Fräulein. So, and it's you know, it's basically the you know, the lyrical theme of the song is like the playboy is, you know, upset of the girl who broke his heart, is essentially what this is. And you know, it's solid. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just like, I think because I love the rest of the album so much, is like I put this one under so much more scrutiny, where if this was on a different Lizzy album, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, this is really good. But I think it's because it's surrounded by the rest of Black Rose. I'm like, man, you're just not as good as, you know, Get Out of Here, or, you know, Toughest Street in Town, or the title track off the album, or S&M. So I think that's where like the difficulty with this track comes, is like it's just surrounded by such good company, and I think that hurts it, unfortunately. But I'm trying to just look at individually, like, yeah, it's solid.
She's broke my heart and made me sad.
vocals are great, and that was a really great instrumental section. Just the bass line was appropriately sad, and then you just had the weeping guitar. Like it sounds really great. I mean, this is Gary Moore, in his prime. Phil Lynott in his prime, like those two just evoke sadness very well on this track. It's really great. I'll rewind just a hair.
Oh, she'll say goodbye. My mademoiselle, I will make my farewell. You see, senor, I know she don't want me no more. I'd like to make that Fräulein mine Fräulein. So I'll depart, my sweetheart, and leave you with this line. With love, she says she won't be back no more. With love, she says she's leaving for sure. My mademoiselle, I'll say farewell. No matter where you are, I will walk till we meet again. I'll be the same. She wrote it on a letter, but it didn't make him feel any better. With love, just says goodbye, adios, farewell.
So I'm wondering if this is going to be one of the ones where Dreamsketcher says it is frantic and the instruments are doing too much, where the song is like pretty mellow overall, but it's Gary Moore, so he's got to do like frantic guitar stuff, and I think that like because listening to like a lot of the Thin Lizzy stuff where I don't think there's like too much going on musically, and then Dreamsketcher says sorry to call you out, but I was just musing on it as listening to this. I think that drummers with a little bit more of a sense of swing to their playing in the rock context, maybe that is where the like it might sound like there's like stuff clashing because like of a little bit more syncopation, but I don't think that's necessarily like I don't think that's clashing, but I think it's maybe just the context of that musically. So like I might like not be a fan of like blast beats in metal music and just like that going non-stop, but I don't think it's necessarily like clashing per se. I just don't find it to be the best musical choice for the material. I think like a different drum pattern would suit that kind of stuff better. I tend to not like stuff as much like on the grid. I like a little bit more, like a little bit more swing to my playing as to my drumming, which is especially difficult with like younger musicians who just like don't have that influence on the drums, where like so many young kids, like their drum hero when they're first starting is Lars from Metallica, and that dude has zero sense of swing. And so like you're missing the kids who like listen to like big band like Gene Krupa kind of stuff. Like you don't have that kind of influence coming into modern bands, and I think it's unfortunate, but I like it in acts like this. But the song itself, like, it's good. It's just like I said, it's just not as good as the rest of Black Rose. And now comes the part where we rank it. Oh yeah, but this song, I I could see it towards the end being a bit cacophonous for some, but most of the song I thought was pretty standard and not really chaotic. Okay, where do we put With Love? Hmm. All right, there we go. We're gonna give some justice for Robbo. Hashtag justice for Robbo by putting Silver Dollar just above With Love. Silver Dollar is just a hair more enjoyable musically. With Love is definitely much better lyrically, but push come to shove, like, I would rather listen to Silver Dollar. Put Silver Dollar on Black Rose, and it is actually a better album. There you go. That is the hot take for the video. And, definitely curious as to your thoughts on this one in the comments below. I imagine, given how overwhelming the poll was, you guys love this one more than me. You guys know how much I love Black Rose. So, interesting that I might be, like, more negative on this one than, the general populace. So, definitely interested in your thoughts. Let me know what you thought of this one in the comments below. And stick around next week for the random song. Bye, everyone.